Do you think cats choose people? Or do certain people naturally end up needing cats? I'd genuinely love to hear what you think about this. Tell me in the comments. You know that feeling when you come home after a long, exhausting day? Your mind is racing, your shoulders are tight, and you feel like you have been running a marathon of social interactions. You open the door, kick off your shoes, and collapse onto the couch. Then you see your cat quietly walk over, blink at you slowly, and curl up beside you. And suddenly the entire world just quiets down. Your breathing slows. Your thoughts stop racing. For the first time all day, your body remembers how to relax. In psychology, this sudden shift is known as moving from a state of hyperarousal to parasympathetic activation. Throughout the day, your brain has been treating every email, traffic jam, and social interaction as a minor threat, keeping your nervous system on high alert. When you sit down and look at a creature that is completely calm, your subconscious receives a vital cue. The danger is over. You don't have to explain your day. You don't have to hide your exhaustion. The cat's stillness acts as a biological green light, telling your body it is finally safe to drop its guard. If you know exactly what I'm talking about, you are not alone. Millions of people choose cats as their closest companions, and despite all the stereotypes about cat lovers being cold or antisocial, psychology tells a completely different story. Your love for cats is not random. It reflects your biology, your personality, and the way your nervous system processes the world. To understand why we love cats, we first have to understand stress. Some people regulate stress through activity, movement, and constant social energy. Dogs are perfect for that. They greet you with excitement, push you outside, and mirror your energy. But other people regulate through stillness, predictability, and the absence of pressure. For them, the modern world feels loud and overstimulating. By the end of the day, they do not need more excitement. They need peace. This comes down to a neurological concept called sensory gating. Highly sensitive individuals have a thinner filter. They absorb every ambient sound, shifting mood, and bright light in their environment. By evening, their mental cup is overflowing with sensory data. While a dog's ecstatic greeting is beautiful, it is still a high-energy stimulus that requires an immediate emotional response. A cat, however, represents a low-stimulation sanctuary. They move with quiet intention, they speak in soft murmurs, and their entire existence is an exercise in energy conservation. For an overstimulated mind, a cat isn't just a pet, they are a sensory shield. This is exactly where cats come in. A cat does not demand energy from you. They simply settle into a space and gently invite you to settle down with them. There's no pressure to perform, no need to manage intense emotions, and no expectation that you constantly engage. When people say they love cats because they are peaceful, they are describing psychological regulation. Cat lovers are not choosing distance. They are choosing an environment where their nervous systems can finally relax. And this is what makes relationships with cats feel so safe. Human relationships are full of expectations. We feel pressure to respond quickly, explain ourselves, reassure people, and constantly match emotional energy. Even affection can sometimes feel demanding, but cats do not work that way. A cat never assumes automatic access to you. When they sit beside you, they do it without expecting conversation or attention. They coexist with you, and when they leave, they do not require explanations or apologies. They just go. This creates something rare: connection without intrusion. Cat lovers are not afraid of closeness. They simply prefer closeness that unfolds naturally, without pressure or urgency. In developmental psychology, there's a concept known as the non-judgmental presence. As humans, we are constantly monitoring how others perceive us. We look for micro-expressions of disapproval, boredom, or irritation in human faces. This constant scanning is mentally exhausting, but when you look into a cat's eyes, there is no hidden agenda. They do not look at you and think about your productivity, your social status, or your flaws. They simply witness you. Being seen without being judged is one of the highest forms of emotional rest, and cats provide it unconditionally. Of course, cats are also famous for their boundaries. With a cat, affection must be earned. You have to notice subtle signals like tail movements, posture changes, or ears turning backward. Over time, this creates a relationship based on mutual respect instead of control. Love with a cat is always voluntary. For people who have felt emotionally overwhelmed or had their personal boundaries ignored, this kind of choice-driven connection feels deeply comforting. But the comfort cats provide is not just emotional, It is physical too, and their secret weapon is the purr. A cat's purr operates at a low rhythmic frequency that helps the human body relax. When a cat purrs beside you, your breathing deepens, your heart rate slows, and muscle tension softens. Stress hormones decrease. The sound fills the room gently without overwhelming your mind. This is a beautiful example of biological co-regulation. When two living nervous systems are close to each other, the calmer one can actually soothe the more stressed one. A cat's purr, which oscillates between 20 and 140 hertz, vibrates at a frequency that medical science has shown can improve bone density, lower blood pressure, and ease breathing difficulties. When a cat purrs on your chest or lap, they are essentially acting as a living, breathing biofeedback machine. Your nervous system literally synchronizes with their steady, healing frequency, dragging you out of anxiety and pulling you back into the present moment. For people living in chaotic environments, this kind of calm physical regulation is priceless. There's also a biological reason we find cats so lovable. Scientists call it the baby schema. Humans are naturally wired to respond to features like large eyes, rounded faces, and soft movements because those traits trigger caregiving instincts. Cats happen to match this pattern almost perfectly. On a subconscious level, our brains respond to them with protective and nurturing feelings. For many people, this feels emotionally safe because the care flows outward without becoming emotionally demanding. Cats do not require constant reassurance, and they do not pressure you to manage their feelings. That makes it easier for sensitive people to express affection without feeling overwhelmed. Psychologists have also found interesting personality patterns among cat lovers. Cat people usually score higher in openness to experience, meaning they tend to be creative, curious, thoughtful, and comfortable with complexity. They also tend to be more introverted. That does not mean they hate people. It simply means social interaction drains their energy more quickly, and they recharge best in calm, predictable environments. Studies also show cat lovers are often more emotionally sensitive. They notice stress easily and become overstimulated faster than others. And that is exactly why cats feel like such perfect companions. Cats do not add chaos to the environment. They soften it. This connection between sensitive, creative minds and cats is why so many writers, artists, and thinkers throughout history adored them. Creativity requires uninterrupted mental space, and cats coexist with that beautifully. A cat can sleep quietly beside you for hours without demanding your attention. Their presence feels comforting without breaking your focus. Psychoanalyst Donald Winnicott once wrote about a crucial milestone in human development: the capacity to be alone in the presence of another. It is the ability to share a space with someone without the terrifying need to entertain them or protect yourself from them. This is the exact definition of a cat's companionship. They allow you to maintain your solitary inner world while ensuring you aren't completely isolated. For writers, artists, and deep thinkers, this subtle presence creates a safe psychological container where ideas can flow freely without the friction of social obligation. In a world obsessed with noise, speed, and constant performance, cats remind us that quietness is not emptiness. It is peace. So what is the truth about cat people? Loving cats does not mean you are cold or antisocial. It means you value subtlety, autonomy, boundaries, and calm connection. Cats do not ask us to perform. They do not confuse loud intensity with real intimacy. They simply exist beside us, offering a quiet companionship that helps us feel safe, grounded, and human again. So the next time your cat suddenly appears beside you exactly when you finally sit down to rest, take a moment to appreciate it. Your cat is not just keeping you company. In many ways, your nervous system found exactly what it needed in a loud world. Why do you think being around a cat feels so calming? Tell me your theory in the comments.